Hey there. Starting September 21st and officially kicking off October 21st, Oscar 21-10-10 or 021 is going to have a health science show. It'll be listed as such. There'll be a basic format in the morning where at least every day there'll be a 21-10-10. There'll be a less than 1 minute sequence. We'll have a roughly 21 minutes or something like that. And then there'll be a quick 10-second and 10-second promo or mini feature, and then that'll be it. And then there'll be indications of shows that can be familiar. And I imagine production will be such that if people casually want to, whatever subscription is, they can download it all. So that minute being chewed up, here we have a personal history about what I saw about lasers the first time I saw them in action. It was in a high school laboratory, and somebody over here will use a red pointer. This is the part of the medical show. Somebody took something that looked like film, and they made something that looked like a squat cylinder that was like a toilet roll. The cardboard toilet roll, a cylinder. But it was, you could look through it and it was laser friendly. And since it's going to be a friendly laser beam, here comes the green laser beam. But first we'll use our pointer just so everybody knows where portion of my brain is at any given moment, including me. So there's the laser beam, which consists of our friendly microwave antenna here that also does things like sends messages to our TV set. And then up here it has a relationship with the gizmo that takes that microwave energy, and like one of those little red laser pointers. Well, okay, maybe we can break down and use red for that too, but let's say it's a friendly laser. I don't see any reason why it couldn't be green. Okay, so those laser pointers, in England you're not supposed to aim them at jets because it skews them up and it makes them all worried. Okay, so the laser beam was shot in this laboratory, and this being a true story, is I don't mind having a lyometer put on somebody, but in the theater, you know, there's a what the image was, oddly enough, was a cannon, like Civil War era cannon. And it was a three-dimensional holograph. Okay, now here we go to modern science getting way kick butt for our health. We still got the laser beam capacity over here, okay? I got another medical science one I'm wearing the Yankees hat for. Maybe that can be the medical science worked as well as the Yankees do. You just throw a whole bunch of money at it, and it fixes things, kind of like a presidential campaign. Kind of funny about how the Republicans go berserk getting all this money, you know, because like that's how you get elected. Okay, cool. All right, so we got another tube here, and our tube in this one is going to be, say, a larynx or an esophagus, or say an intestinal tract or a blood vessel. This whole tubular thing is popular. And since it's a tube, it's going to have a bottom part of the tube. And what our friendly laser here is going to do, and it's going to get like maybe a super notice, because this is our medical laser. Yay, medical laser. Okay, now the medical laser is going to take a tubular image, in this instance, not our friendly Civil War era gun, okay? It's going to take a tubular image of something. And so instead of the friendly Civil War era gun, which led to, I'm told the Civil War was just a breakthrough for surgery and surgery techniques, it's going to take something beneficent, like something maybe that blue will do. And what it's going to do, it's going to have inside, it's going to have a little patch area with nice receptive qualities. Like, have you ever watched a TV show that makes you happy? It's got a vibe you like. Okay, and then you watch other TV shows. Like, have you ever watched the TV show of Jonestown? It's like, oh man, I'm like, like by the first 20 minutes, it's like, get the Kool-Aid, get them dead, and like change the channel if you're in a classroom and you're supposed to watch it. It's like, break out the Kool-Aid, make it stop. All right, so anyway, here we go, and we've got the laser beam looking at our nice blue thing, okay? So the laser beam gets a laser image of this nice blue thing, okay? This nice blue thing is going to do something good to the esophagus over here. The esophagus over here, or the intestinal tract, or the blood vessel, has got a problem. It needs a friendly environment. It needs an environment not like Jonestown. It needs an environment like not, it doesn't want to drink any purple Kool-Aid. It wants to break out the champagne and go to Disneyland, okay? So, here we go. The laser beam takes this friendly blue and it makes the image of it with the good vibes. Now, what are the good vibes? They can be quantified. You can mathematically quantify what good vibes look like. Sometimes people think that that's what some of these shrines and stuff do. I noticed that there's churches with great big, and why not? If you know somebody with a good vibe, like, why do you have to wait for, like, maybe like the preachers like in the Grand Caymans, like, you know, securing enough money for the church to exist? I don't have a problem with money being spent on good vibes. Woodstock actually eventually turned a profit, and it did so without porta potties, and astoundingly, no one who bought a ticket died. In fact, that's because statistically, towns over 100,000, normally somebody kicks every day. All right, but maybe there was a youth factor involved there. Okay, so now, watchy, we got the laser beam creating the image of the good vibe shaped in the solution area. We got the laser beam being sent with the good vibe capacity in 3 dimensions up to our medical laser beam. And it makes that 3-dimensional thing appear, probably because of something the esophagus ingested, okay? Say, and we'll say a little cup form, all right? That, something about drawing with crayons in your fist. So the receptor, the green for the laser beam, is there, but the special blue message comes, and presto, hip diggity dog. Now the esophagus, or blood vessel, or intestinal tract has got that thing that can help. Now, what is it going to do to help? Well, maybe it's got like a little Mr. Steam Shovel. It's going to scrape away something bad in 3 dimensions. And maybe it's got a little message pilot, so someone watching a TV set here in purple can be watching what Mr. Steam Shovel is doing inside the esophagus, the blood vessel, or the intestinal tract. And so someone can be watching it and operating it, and they went to Steam Shovel College, and maybe also they got like a degree in liberal arts. Okay, so at least they went to Steam Shovel College. Alright, so then we got R, so it could be Mr. Create a big tube. Okay, so somebody in college knows how to operate something that makes things tubular, and so our friendly blue thing, okay, we got the college guy, becomes a tube, maybe not forever and ever and ever, but it becomes a tube until the esophagus heals itself up and becomes a happier esophagus or blood vessel or the like. Okay, now this is going to be a regular feature, and its working name is something like Hope Still Able, like for hospital. So, although some presidents maybe gave the term hope a bad name. Anyway, that's it. Signing off. Thanks, everybody. More later, and look forward to the more extended and organized form.